All right, come have a seat. So every day, even before you get out of bed, if you want to, you can do it in bed. I want you to close your eyes and set your intention for the day. And remember, we've talked about before, to ask yourself, is that intention you-based, I-based, or is it based on connecting with somebody else? And if it is connecting with somebody else, it'll expand yourself. It'll make your life easier, your life more compassionate for others. For example, maybe setting your intention not to judge so much. Maybe try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. That is a wonderful practice. So close your eyes and come to your breath. Lift your shoulders up and roll your shoulder blades down your back, lifting your heart. Today, I decided I'm going to be much more mindful with my food and my eating. That's an I thing. And I'm going to do my best to use kind words to anybody I encounter. Connection with each other, because we are who we are based on each other, right? Take a few more big, full breaths as you lift your chest. Release your hips towards the earth. Shoulder blades melted down your back. Notice the engagement. If there's an engagement in your belly, if you roll your right ear towards your right shoulder. Come back to center and your left ear towards your left shoulder. What are we holding there? Right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left hand to the floor so that your left fingertips press to the earth. And take a breath. And then back through center. Your left ear to your left shoulder. Take your right fingertips to the floor. And just dip there and get a nice stretch, breathing into it. Centering yourself. Trying to keep the I out of our thoughts. Back to we. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and start to reach. I want you to get that side body's long. Reach your right arm and then your left. Good. Oh, yeah. And reach and reach and reach. Side body's really long. You should start to feel things right away because it's going to get, we love to dive deep into our muscles, but the stretch is very important. Inhale and exhale and inhale. Oh, and exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale. Oh, and arms all the way up, outer elbows back. I want you to roll your elbows back and notice how the shoulder blades hug together. Lift your heart. Big inhale and then twist to your right, taking your right fingertips to the earth. Oh yeah, looking over your right shoulder. You get a deeper twist that way when you look to the right. Inhale back to center and over to your left. Over to your left. Oh yeah. And inhale back to center and over to the right. And inhale. And exhale. Oh, yeah. And all the way back up. And right into table pose, hands and knees. Setting it up carefully, being mindful. Soften your heart so that your shoulder blades are hugged together. Check in with your pelvic floor and your belly and your low ribs back. And then make your way into a cat and cow. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Now check out your feet. See if you can align your feet so that they're parallel. They might want to sickle. I know I have very tight shins and feet. So sometimes I'll get a Charlie horse there. I gotta stretch it out. Inhale, hold it, and exhale. And inhale. So I want to really open our hips. So I want you to start taking your hips around in big circles. With your breath, you're exhaling back. Let me hear the exhale. You're inhaling forward. We're getting the gas out of our hips. Yeah. Good. Now change directions. Big circles. Big circles. Good. And back to center. Extend your right leg back behind you and just lift and lower your right leg. So you're going to lift and tap and lift and tap. And just see if you can really connect with that, not only your right glute, but your core. So I want you to just connect, not just with the obvious, right? Are your shoulder blades hugged together? That keeps you safe in your back so that you don't have any kind of problems. The shoulder blades are down your back and hugged, and that's how we're safe, right? And squeeze your right glute, and squeeze, good. Squeeze, good. And we take a few more just like that. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Now, you can extend your right leg and your left arm forward, and now you're going to simply lift your right leg and your left arm from the shoulder blade and the right glute. Your belly's engaged. We're getting right into the heat of things, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Bend your right knee. Reach for your right foot with your left hand or bind with it. Doesn't matter. And maybe you'll get a nice stretch however you are. Just lift the right thigh bone up. Good. Oh, yeah. And all the way back to balance and back to table. Extend, let's go right to the extension. Extend your right leg right in front of you. Flexing the front right ankle. We will get to our hips standing. But I want to get into this, into the back of the hammies. So soften your chest towards your thigh bone, little at a time, exhaling into it. Inhale out of it. Exhale into it. Oh, nice stretch. Inhale out of it. Exhale into it. You might even step into your right foot. And, you know, circle your arms up. And all the way back. Very mindful. Very aligned. I like to even widen my toes. That's kind of a cool thing to do. Good. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. All the way up. Now step into your right foot. Take your left hand to the earth and come into your twist. Opening it up, leaning back. Make sure your ears are in line with your shoulders, okay? Exhale, take your right hand to the earth and soften your elbows. And continue just like that. I want you to really inhale. Feel that breath come in and the exhale through your nose if it's possible. That breath is super important. Inhale and exhale. Good. And take one more just like that. And all the way back to the earth. Lifting your back left knee up. Good. So just lift and lower your hips. And step back into a plank. So this is for your core, right? Your belly's back. I want you to soften your knees towards the earth and take your hips back, or you can keep your knees down if you like. That's all good. And then you're going to extend your torso back into your plank. Get into your core. Exhale back. Get into your hips. Inhale forward. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Take two more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Right into down dog. And walk your dog. Oh yeah, but stay with the breath. You can even come onto your tiptoes and just play with the heels down towards the earth. Get a nice lift in your core. And then lower your knees back to the earth. And you're back in table. Good. Now extend your left leg back behind you. Left leg. And you're going to tap and lift. Tap and lift. Getting back right into that left glute. Right? Just warming up the big muscles of our body, the larger muscles. Good. And squeeze the glute and notice your core. What's going on with that? How are your shoulders? Your head is in line, your ears are in line with your shoulders. There's no dumped heads. And we're good. And 8, 7, 6, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now you can extend your right arm forward, but keep the belly engaged. And you're simply going to lift 8 little lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bend your left knee like you're kicking your left butt. You can take your right hand behind you, or you can bind with your left foot. But the left heel's got to stay in the left side of your body, lifting your thigh bone up. Yeah. Nice. And then all the way back to the balance. Nice. Back through table. And extend your left leg in front of you. We're going to get off our wrists, right? Keep your left outer hip back. Soften your chest towards your thigh bone. Good. Then step into your left foot and circle your arms up. Oh yeah. And all the way back. Oh yeah, get a big stretch in the back of the left leg. I want you to feel it from the back of your shin all the way up into the back of your thigh and into your hips. Here. Back. Big stretch. Big inhale. Oh. And exhale. Good. Inhale. Good. Yeah. One more back, one more forward. Make it really count. Get that big stretch all the way into your low back, right? And all the way to center, stepping into your left foot. Take your right hand to the earth. Come into that big twist. Rolling your right waist to the left, lean back. Take your left hand to the earth and soften your elbows. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, twisting back, softening. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take your hands to the front of the mat. Lift the back of your right knee up. Lift and lowering your hips. Oh yeah. And you're simply going to step your right foot forward beside your left, coming into a forward fold. Oh yeah, nice warm hips. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale and fold forward, get a nice fold. Exhale, press your feet down, and then take a big inhale, like you're inhaling, you're inflating, coming all the way up. Take your right hand to your left wrist and lift. Exhale to your right. Inhale back to center. Take your right wrist and lift. And exhale to the left. Whoa. And all the way back and release. So we're going to start with very light weights. Your lightest or zero weights, depending on where you're at. 0 to light. Okay? You're going to take your elbows at 90 degrees. Good. And we're going to start with our feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider, sitting back and coming forward. My elbows are forward, right? And we're going to open and close. And open and close. Keep your elbows high because they're going to want to wander down. And if you're not mindful of what you're doing, they will wander. Good. So you're going to keep the engagement of your shoulder blades toward each other, even though we're working on our chest here, right? And 8, 7, ooh, yeah. 6, 5, 4, if you need a break, you know to take one. 3, 2, last one. All right, so now I'm going to stay low and my elbows are parallel. I'm going to take my palms so that they face toward me. Okay, I'm looking at my fingernails. And I'm going to lift and lift and lift. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm sitting back in a chair. 4, 3, 2, last one. And release. Oh, yeah. And shake that baby out. Okay. Maybe take some arm circles if that feels good. We're going to come back to that little thing. But until then, I want you to you can take one heavy weight if you want in your right hand. We're just going to go right into the obliques before we get into biceps. So whatever you would use for a bicep, put that in your right hand, okay? You're going to extend your left arm up. Feet hip width apart and grounded. Shoulder blades down your back. Top of the pelvis tipped back. And you're simply going to reach. But imagine you're reaching your left arm up as your right arm reaches towards the earth. So it's getting into that right waist, but it's lengthening the left waist, right? And lengthening your right. So Joyce, you know what you're doing here, right? Exhale and inhale and exhale. Reach up and reach up obliques. Good. You're toning the right and lengthening the left. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All the way back to center. Notice how your left side is higher than your right. Take the weight into your left hand. Notice how your left shoulder is higher than your right. It's amazing what we can do. All right, right arm up, shoulder blades down your back. And now we're going to do the other side. And it's going to be different. Now we're strengthening the left side and lengthening the right into our obliques. But you're reaching up with the right arm. The right arm wants to reach up. Yeah, and up. Yeah, exhale. I love this. Exhale. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, and back. Let's just take a break here. I'm just going to just stand up tall. Notice how tall you're standing. Take a big breath and notice how you can breathe. It's just so awesome. All right, so now we're going to get into our biceps. Again, this is a muscle that can take a heavier weight if you choose to have one. Carefully lift your weights, carefully. Now you're going to step into your right foot and take your left foot slightly back behind you. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Your palms are going to be forward. right? And you're gonna squeeze, but as you squeeze, you're gonna take a little curtsy, taking the right hip back and coming back to center. And squeeze, exhale, and exhale. Now you don't have to do the curtsy if it feels too much, you know that, right? You can step your foot anywhere you like, but you're gonna do this mindfully. Right. Good. Exhale. Exhale. And 8, 7, keep the right hip back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So good. Last one. We will be back to biceps, but take a break here and shake it out. So shake out your arms. And shake out your hips. All right, back to your very light weights or zero weights. Light, 0 to light. You still have to be really careful when you lift weights. You know, it's funny, crap happens in the dumbest things. I remember one of my colleagues broke a rib. She was reaching into the mailbox. All right, elbows, 90 degrees, palms wide. Arms wide. Okay, got it? Palms are facing forward with your elbows wide. If it hurts your shoulders to go this far, don't go as far open, okay? And you're gonna squeeze and open and squeeze those pecs and think about your chest. Good. And this is gonna get in your shoulders and upper back also. Keeping your elbows high and focused. Notice how your mind wants to draw you away from the moment. Yeah, but you can come back with your breath. The breath will lead you back. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Now you're aiming your palms towards you. Elbows are at 90 degrees, but I'm going to lower, just lower than my chest, and lift. And sitting back, lift. Right into your shoulders, right into your shoulders. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, new muscles, 2, 1, and all the way. Take a rest. Yeah, this is kind of an intensive part, but it pays off, right? So just kind of shake it out. Take your right foot forward, flexing your front right ankle. You're going to soften your back left knee, soften it. And you're simply going to fold from the top of your pelvis, reaching your heart towards your shin. And then you're going to just circle your arms up. A nice stretch here. Soften your back knee, left knee, and all the way up. Inhale. Just take 2 more here. Let's get a nice stretch in the middle here. Good. And last one. All the way up and back. Oh, yeah. And now we're going to do the other side. Left ankle is flexed. My back right knee that's behind me is soft. My left hip is back. My arms go back behind me as I tip my heart towards my shin, getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings and my low back, and all the way up, circling and back. All the way up and back. And all the way up. So good. Let's take 2 more. Yeah. And make sure you're breathing or exhale. And all the way back up into it, inhale. And now we're ready for the other side. back into our biceps. So take whatever weight feels right for you, carefully. You're going to step your left foot forward this time. And you're going to take your right foot back, keeping the left hip back. Okay, and come back. Got it? Let's see that, guys. And tap, and come back. Tap, so we're going to get into our hip a bit. Right? All right, biceps, shoulder blades back. This time a hammerhead grip. And you're simply going to roll them up as you come up and back down. Got it? Yeah. Good. Exhale. You can exhale through your mouth. How much weight you need might change from one set to the next. Right. Your belly. Can you keep it engaged? Yeah. And 8, 7, 6, 5, good, 4, 3, 2, last one. And release. We get into our biceps in a lot of ways. All right. So come to the front of your mat, standing tall. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Exhale and fold forward. Oh yeah. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale and step back to plank. Good. Now for the first one, I want you to lower all the way onto the mat so that you feel the shoulder blades down your back. Your hands might walk back. And then make your way into a cobra or an up dog. Ah, yes. And back into down dog. Oh, yeah. And just check it out here. Take a breath. Oh, yeah. Lengthen your spine. Reach your crown of your head forward so that your tailbone reaches back. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. You can bend your right knee and open the right hip if you like. I like to play in that sometimes. Then extend your right leg long. Exhale, step your right foot forward and come all the way up into warrior one. Yeah. So set it up so that your hip points are square. And now I'm going to tip forward and you can take more moderate weights here. But I'm going to take one weight, my right weight to my right thigh, my left weight to my body to come up. Okay? So I want you to see me sideways. All right, we're in warrior one. But I'm going to tip forward with a long spine. Good? Now I'm going to reach my arms forward, a row, and then a fly. But as I fly, my right leg comes straight. Okay? So you row. And you widen your arms, but there's a bend in your elbow. You can really see that bend in the elbow. Exhale back. And exhale. Good. This is the hard part, I know, guys. It gets more yoga-like soon. Good. And back. I'm going to stay in warrior two to row, lengthen to fly. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Ah, yes. And release your weights and make your way right into warrior two. Ah, yes. Right toes out to the right. There's a tendency to lean forward, long spine. Come deep into that warrior two. Ah, yes. Now come on to the tiptoes of your front right foot. Lower your right thigh bone just a bit. Good. And then take your right heel back to the earth. Take your hands to your hips. Soften your knees. I'm gonna lean forward to grab a moderate weight. We're gonna come into our right tricep. So this is how we're gonna lift the weight. You're gonna use your left hand to assist. And you're gonna take your right weight up over your head so that you can bend your right elbow and lengthen your right leg. And exhale. Keep the right thigh bone out to the right. Keep your right elbow slightly out to the right. Good. Yeah. Got it? Good. Don't dip your head forward. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, get right into that warrior 2. 2. Last one. Take your left hand to that weight to help you carry it down. And then release your weight. Soften both your knees, take your bum back, and then make your way into a triangle pose. So you're gonna exhale into it. Your right waist that we warmed up, cooked up, lifts you up as you come deeper and deeper into your triangle pose. Good. Triangle pose, breathing through your nose. Nice and calm. Exhale your left hand to the earth, stepping back to down dog. Oh, yeah. And now I want you to come into a child pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Take your hips back, really reach your arms forward. Noticing the difference, perhaps on the right side of your body, your right hip, your right tricep. Breathing in through your nose, calm, and out through your nose. Good. Make your way back to center. Let's come into some cats and cows, checking in with your low back, your alignment of your feet, right? Your pelvic floor, your belly. Good. And make your way into down dog, however you do. I like to take my hips back and then just kind of unfurl into a lovely dog. Checking in with your feet, your fingertips, your breath. Good. Now lift your left leg up. I'm going to bend my left knee because I like to open my hip sometimes. You can do that anytime. Then you're going to extend your left leg back and step into your left foot. Inhale, right back into warrior 1. Got it? Yes, set it up, left it back. Now you're going to take your weights. We're going to do the row and the fly here. So you decide what kind of weight you want. Now you might want a little bit lighter weight this time. Carefully take the weights up your body. Good. Left hip back. Dip forward from the top of the pelvis with a long spine. Right? And you're going to row. And you're going to straighten your leg, your left leg, and fly. And row. Good. And fly. Your belly's got to be engaged, right? This is so good for your bones, no matter how much weight you use, right? All right, let's count. Ready? And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Oh, yeah. And release your weights. and come into warrior two, setting it up. Yeah, setting it up. Good. Left thigh bone is back. You can even take your left hand to your left thigh bone. Come on to the tiptoes of your left foot. Oh yeah, feel that in your peroneal muscles. Releasing your thigh bone towards the earth. Good. Now I'm going to take my hips back to retrieve my weight in my left hand. Right? Take your right hand to the weight to assist it up. Left elbow behind you. Okay, ready? Remember? And extend right into your tricep. Good. Yeah. Feel your tricep. You get deep into your left hip too. I like a twofer. Shoulder blades are down your back. They're hugged together. They know. Just adjusted them, right? All right. And 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, last one. Take your right hand to that weight, grab them with both hands to carefully release that weight. Soften both your knees, take your bum back, and make your way into a triangle pose. Oh yeah. Yeah. Your left waist is lifted, right? Your left side of your ribs are rolling forward. The back of your right shoulder is reaching back. You get a nice twist here, nice side bend here. Yeah. Press your feet down to come all the way up and pivot your feet parallel. Good. Now you're going to soften your knees just a bit and come forward once again. So we're going to come halfway forward first so that you can lift the pelvic floor and lift your belly. Make sure there's a softness in your knees. And then you're going to continue the descent into a nice stretch. This is for your back. Now your feet are parallel. All your toes are aiming forward. Check that out. Now imagine your feet are glued where they're at and you're trying to hug them in toward each other, but they're stuck. And you're going to feel lots of muscular energy in your inner thighs. Roll your inner thigh bones back when you feel that power. Good. Now see if you can keep that hugging in and see if you can extend your outer legs long, right to the outer edges of your feet. And notice how that all feels in your hips, the thighs, ooh, the Shakti. Okay. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Oh yeah, now you're gonna walk your feet in just a little bit. Yeah, I want you to keep your feet slightly wide. You're gonna dip halfway forward. So this is gonna be for your core. We're gonna do some tricep kickbacks here. So you're gonna keep your elbows back. This, you can see guys, elbows back. So take whatever weight you feel is appropriate for you. For me, it's a more moderate weight. Okay. So my legs look really straight, but there's a softness there. My shoulder blades are down my back. My spine is long. My belly is back. My elbows are back. And I'm simply going to kick back. Keep the elbows back. Try not to use any momentum. Good. Exhale. That's why we go slow. Good. Just get a nice move into your triceps. I don't want to miss any muscles here. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, yeah, 2, last one, and release. Last, come all the way up. And just, let's roll Arms back, on back, on back. Good. All right. So widen your stance just a bit, coming into a bit of a yoga squat, whatever your yoga squat looks like. And you know it's going to look different for all of us. You're checking in with your knees. You're checking in with your hips. Ah. You're going to breathe into it. That breath, that prana, brings that oil, cleans out the old, but it keeps us oiled up. Is the breath, believe it or not. Yeah. Ah, and breathe into it. And make your way all the way to seated. Yep, keep your weights away from your toes, but nearby. Yeah. Okay. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Oh, such good work. Yeah. But I want to do a little bit more into our core. So you're going to keep your feet on the earth. Tip the top of your pelvis back. So there's that little rounding in your low back. You can take your hands to the earth in front of you, behind you, on your shins. It doesn't matter. And we're going to just find a little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. So I'm going from low to lower, right? Now, if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, you can take your elbows back and imagine you're just crossing your elbows back and forward. So if you exhale, when you squeeze those core muscles, you'll find that you'll get right into your core, right? Take a break if you need one, anytime. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, last one. And all the way up. Cross your shins just the way we started, sitting up tall. But this time you're going to fold forward, getting again, noticing what a relief it is after working your core because you're strengthening your low back. And just take a few breaths here. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way up. And we're going to just do that one more time, but we're going to do a little different. You're going to take your arms forward or on your shins. But this time I want you to take your right elbow back. You're going to twist, getting right into those transverse abdominals. Come back and forward and back. Now, if you want to take a light weight, which I really don't have a light enough weight here, you can do it with weights. Good? So you're going to right elbow and left elbow. So this is the most extreme rendition, a version of this. Keep your elbows high. Good. Keep the breath calmish. It's hard to keep it really calm when you have weights. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So this gets into our shoulders and our upper back and our core. 3, 2, last one. As my girlfriend would say, thank the Lord. Okay. And let it go. All right. Now, once again, I want you to hug your shins and close your eyes. And think about your intention for the day. Try to stay out of the I, me thing. and see a bigger picture by connecting to something bigger than ourselves. Yeah. And then slowly, you're going to roll one vertebra at a time, all the way to the earth. Good. Walk your shoulder blades together, extend your legs long. Let's just take a breath or two here. Take your arms up over your head, get a nice stretch. Good. So for this first one, you're simply going to lift your right leg and your left arm, and as if they want to touch. Now, you can keep your head on the earth, or you can take the top of the pelvis back and lift your shoulders and your head and come back towards center. Are we going to stay on the right side, right leg, left arm? And inhale and exhale. Yeah. This should be real doable, however you choose to do it. I'm into the doable. It doesn't have to be undoable to be, effective. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh yeah. Come all the way back to center. Shake your head. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. And you know where we're going, right? Arms up over your head or behind your head if you choose. And lift your left leg and tap and come back. So however much you want to lift, it doesn't matter if you're going to do it from your core. And focus on your core. Notice, again, if your mind wants to take you away, that chatter, you can call it, chittarittis, and just come back here. Good. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and all the way back down. Yeah. Take your arms beside you, walk your shoulder blades together, just take a breath. Now while we're here, I want you to bend your knees and take your feet to the earth. And cross your right ankle over your left thigh, opening your right hip. Take your left knee towards you and either hug the back of your left thigh or your left shin. I want you to release your left ankle, but flex your right ankle and widen your right toes. And just get a nice stretch here. You don't have to lift your head and your neck. I'd recommend that you don't. Just get a nice stretch in that hip. And breathe nice and deep into it. Oh, yeah. Good. Now extend your left leg nice and long. I want you to flaunt your foot. So you're going to point your foot and flex your toes. And then just press the leg forward as you hold it towards you. And you're going to press your leg down to the back of your hip. And you might get a little bit deeper in the hip flexor. Your legs might come a little closer to your chest. And you're just going to breathe a few sweet, deep breaths into it. Maybe your mantra for the day. Compassion. And release. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Now you're going to cross your left ankle over your right thigh, opening up your left hip. Take your right knee in towards your chest and either grab the back of the right thigh or your right shin, flexing your front left ankle that's closer to you and releasing your right ankle. And just get a nice stretch here. Close your eyes and follow the breath in and out. Then extend your right leg nice and long. Point your foot. Your thigh bone's reaching forward, but you're holding it towards you and pressing it down to the back of your hip. Getting a huge stretch in your hips. Yeah, and breathe into it. Notice with every exhale, you might get a little deeper. Your leg might come a little closer towards your chest. And breathe into it. And release. Extend your legs nice and long. We're not done yet. Don't get excited. Take your arms up over your head with a big inhale. Now, as you exhale, slowly, one vertebra at a time, you're going to come all the way back to seated, all the way back through seated, and you're going to reach your heart forward. It doesn't matter where your hands go. This is just to stretch the hamstrings once again, which we've done in the practice. Just get in there. And inhale all the way up. Take the soles of your feet together. Make sure your weights are far from your toes. Do you know where your weights are? Okay, make sure they're not near your toes. Soles of your feet together. So if I'm not thinking, my legs just don't do anything. But what I want you to do is take the pinky side edges of your feet. Imagine they're stuck and you're drawing them back so much that you can feel it in your inner thighs and right into your hip socket. Yay! And you're going to keep that and then lengthen your thigh bones longer towards the earth. And get a nice stretch here, rounding your back, and just getting a nice stretch in your hips. Breathing into it. Baddha Konasana. I like to take my elbows and my elbows kind of reach my thigh bones away from me. My thigh muscles, I kind of pull them out. And all the way back up. Now you're going to have to lift your knees because you're going to take your right hand to your left knee, your left hand to your right knee. And then you're going to open up your knees and kind of fold forward just a bit. But this is to really stretch out your shoulder. This is going to be mostly for your left shoulder, guys. Release your head and your neck. Close your eyes and let the breath just expand you. Come to all those dark spaces. The exhales, letting things go. And all the way back up. Now you're going to keep your left hand on your right knee. And your right arm up and over to the left. And stay nice and tall. And fold forward. Getting that nice fold forward. Stretching out your right shoulder. Just get a nice stretch. Breathing into it. And all the way back up. Now, once again, you're going to draw your knees to your chest and roll. Once again, it should be really easy now, one vertebra at a time, because your muscles are nice and toned and strong. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Let's just make sure it's nice and where it should be. Roll your right ankle. Now you're going to bend your left knee, taking your left foot to the earth. I want you to take your right arm inside your right leg And then you're going to grab the pinky side edge of your right foot. This is called half happy baby. And you're simply going to press the sole of your foot up to the sky as you hold it back and deepen that hip. Everything's going to be stretched out today, guys. So breathe that deep Ujjayi breath. Think of your mantra. Right? And release. Good. Extend your left knee in towards your chest, and you can extend your right leg to start with, rolling your left ankle. Good. Now, once again, you're going to bend your right knee, stepping into your right foot, and come into half happy baby. So your left arm's inside your left thigh, and you're going to grab the pinky side edge. It's a bit of a weave there. And you're going to just step. Imagine you're trying to step onto the sky, but you're holding your foot back, getting deep into your hip. Yeah, getting all the steam out. So delicious. Breathe those deep breaths, those deep Ujjayi breaths. Good. And release. Slide your bum over to the left just a little bit. Lift your knees towards your chest. Oh, yeah. And drop your knees to the right. And just get one last twist in. Reaching your left hip away from your left shoulder. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to close your eyes. And check in with a deep Ujjayi breath. Make sure your chin is reaching more down than up. You'll notice a difference in your neck spine. Notice where your chin is and just dip it towards your chest. Good. Let's make our way back to center. Slide your bum towards the right. Lift your knees and drop to the left. Reach your right hip away from your right shoulder. Chin slightly lowered. Breath full. And ready, preparing ourselves for the most important pose of all, which is Shavasana. Then make your way back to center. Take your arms, palms up beside you, walking your shoulder blades together. Right? Lift your hips and kind of shake them out. Take the top of your pelvis back. Take a big inhale through your nose, really big. And slowly exhale through your mouth as you allow yourself 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, to take a deep rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale for your mouth, letting go of that old. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. And then make your way to a seat on your mat, bringing your palms together to your heart center. Setting your intention to be your best self, one step at a time through your intention, right? The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Love you guys. Mwah. Let me turn off the recording.